and welcome to our youth ministry or student ministry building here at Beersheba. Thought I'd borrow their room tonight because I'm talking about youth, or at least the thought of youth. Not our youth or our current youth, but the youth that we think about that we once possessed. How often do we think, oh, to be young again? Man, back when I was a kid, oh, to be young again. Back before I had that injury, back before I had children, back when, if only I could go back in time. And so many times we think that if we could travel back or somehow recapture our youth, then everything would be okay again. And so our society is driven, and billions upon billions of dollars are spent in the pursuit of youth. That is, as we have grown old, tired, weak, and weary, if only we could recapture our youth, everything would be better. The people of Israel were thinking somewhat along those lines, and the prophet Isaiah had to give them a little bit of an attitude check, for lack of a better term. In Isaiah 40, they had been grumbling a little bit, and he called them out. He said, "Why do you complain, Jacob? Why do you say, Israel, my way is hidden from the Lord, my cause is disregarded by my God?" In other words, they were like, oh, poor pitiful me. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Not even Jesus, not even Jehovah. Nobody knows. He's overlooked me. He's forgotten about me. And here I am in my old, lonesome, worn out self, and I'm all falling apart and nothing's working right, and it's just sad. And they were having a big pity party. And quite frankly, they were tired. You ever been tired? Been sick and tired of being sick and tired? Guess what? I know what you mean. You guys know, a lot of you, or some of you know, that I just got over COVID. And of all the different symptoms that people have, and some have some have others, but it seems like almost everybody gets tired. And when you get over all the other little symptoms, you're still tired. And people talk about the fatigue going on, and you're just trying to pull yourself out of it. And more than just COVID, fatigue, being wiped out, worn out, stressed out, tired. It's just kind of a constant thing in our society today, right? We're tired all the time. And the people of Israel in Isaiah's day were like, we're so tired. They'd had enough. They were ready for some relief, but they thought, apparently we're not getting any from the big guy because, we said we're tired and nothing's happened yet. And Isaiah had to tell them, hold on a minute. Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary. And his other understanding, no one can fathom. In other words, he's got loads of extra energy beyond whatever you lack. And guess what? He's not confused, or he hasn't forgot about you. He understands all that's possible to understand and more than you can imagine him understanding. Here's what God is really all about. Rather than than forgetful or looking down on his job. Here's what God does. He gives strength to the weary, and he increases the power of the weak. Strength to the weary, and he increases the power of the weak. God is that power source, and he is ready to give it. Even youths grow tired and weary. Young men stumble and fall. You know, God is saying this obsession that we have with youth, with turning back the clock, with going back to some time period in our lives, some previous era that we look back on with rose-tinted glasses, even that time wasn't so good as we thought it was. You know, we talk about children having endless energy, but guess what? Tell them to walk about 5 minutes on their own in Disney World, and all of a sudden, I want to get back in the stroller, in the wagon, push me, I'm tired of walking. They don't always have the endless youth the endless energy that we think they have as children or as youth. God says, even youth grow tired. Even young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. If God has a purpose and a plan for your life, if he has a mission in front of you, he will give you the strength that you need. Maybe not all that you want, but he will give you what you need. Those that wait upon him, that is, that you look to the Lord, not that you're snapping your fingers, saying, God, I want it and I want it now, but rather seeking the Lord, waiting upon him in his way, in his time. God, whatever you direct, whatever you command, that's what I want. That's what I'm going to go for. That's what I'm going to, follow. When it's his timing and his way, God will give you that, what you need. He'll make it happen, okay? And God says you're going to do more and greater than what you would have ever imagined. He's not going to rewind the clock. God's going to give you a new clock. God's going to say, I'm going to do more with less. I'm going to do something miraculous in your life. I'm going to exchange your weakness for my strength. So rather than chasing after the fountain of youth, rather than constantly saying, I wish this would be better and I want that to be better, and never being happy about the circumstances of life, rather God wants us to look to him and to say, God, you know what? Whatever you have for me, whatever you want me to do, I know that where you guide, wherever you lead, Father, you're going to guide. Whether you command, Lord, you're going to empower. And if you call me to do something, you're going to strengthen me to do it. And so, God, I'm just going to wait on you like a waiter waits on those who are being served. God, I am waiting on you. I am attentive to you. I am listening to you. And God, whatever you call me to do, whatever you want me to serve you to do, I know you're going to equip me to do it. And so, God, I might feel weak. I might feel worn. But God, I know that you don't ever get weary or worn. And God, you can raise me up. And so I'm going to wait on you so that I can rise up on those wings like eagles, so that I can run and not grow weary, that I can walk and not faint. Lord, that's the way that I want to roll. That's the way that I want to go, is in your way. That's what God is calling us to do. Not to seek out that fountain of youth, but to simply seek him. And whatever task he has in front of us, he will empower us to do that task in his name, in his way, in his strength. God bless you this week as you seek to go out and to serve Jesus, to proclaim his name, to honor him, and to let others see him reflected in your life. God bless you.